Let's just start it up. Start it up. I don't know that song. I don't know how it goes. Welcome to Mourning the Morning. My name is Nicholas Nieblis.
Shawn Warner.
Nick Nieblis, Shawn Warner, back at it after spring break.
Right.
I hope everyone had a fantastic spring break.
Absolutely. We've been down a couple weeks, have we not?
We have been down a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And let's see.
If 11:30 was rolling around and you were like, why do I feel so empty?
Why do I have this
am I miserable
void present in my life? It's because we were not there.
That's
and
right.
we're sorry. But we're not, because also we
Not
took a
sorry.
little bit of a break and just spent some time with the fam, with the fam band. You know, our families hung out a little bit less these last 2 weeks.
And it feels terrific.
It was nice to take a little stretch, a little seventh inning stretch from the friendship.
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
could get a little grating, this guy, you know?
Wait a minute
He's
now.
a little much.
Now wait a
He's got
minute.
a little too much sometimes.
I can
He's a
Julian
little
you.
out of control. So, imagine dealing with that.
Just had to get centered. Had to clear out some things. Yeah, you know, I had to clear out my cookies. I had to clear out my caches.
The cash?
My caches.
Did you share it?
Oh.
Did you share the video?
Share it.
Folks, we're all going to take this moment right now just to share.
Feel free to share as well.
Share this video right now. Boom. I'm going to share it. Come hang out with us. Nick and we should tag our wives.
I beat you.
We should tag our wives in the post too and be like, you know, Kimberly's husband and Renee's husband. You know, just so we can utilize our relationships for leverage, for marketing leverage.
That's why I said I do in the first place.
Right. Because of her brand strength.
Oh boy.
Because of the synergy between your brands.
Right. You can't take advantage of the ones you love.
Yuck.
Then love the ones you can take advantage of. Is that how the song goes? You say yuck yucks?
Laugh-em-alls.
Laugh-em-alls. Oh, laugh-em-alls.
Yeah. And then
worst wafer candy ever.
I left the volume on.
Oh boy.
You usually do that. God, I'm the worst.
You dirty dog.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna leave it there. Then swipe left. This way. This way.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
And then we got the things.
Yeah. We got the things.
Awesome.
What's going on, people? Getting back at it. We're getting back at it. We're working this. We're working you. We're here to entertain.
I don't know what's going on with this.
I like it. You're going quite the mop out, my man.
Yeah, bro.
When's the last time you had a cut?
I had a trim, because you know how sometimes you have the duck butt in the back?
Yeah.
I had a
Duck
trim
butt.
of the back here.
Okay.
To where now, like, I think as it grows, the length on top has always been a lot longer than everything.
Yeah.
But, like, all this back here is now kind of, it's all going to, I'm feeling good about it.
You look fantastic,
Thank
my
you.
man. Yeah.
You got your hair cut, too, looks like.
I did.
Recently. At least your hair is
a couple weeks
done.
ago.
I'll tell you what. You look more put together than you have been as of late.
Wow.
Just going to say that.
Wow.
Okay,
is that what we're doing?
I'm going to put that out
Is that what
there.
we're doing?
You look good.
Is that what we're doing?
You look better.
I haven't shaved.
Let's say that.
I haven't shaved.
I like this, though. People do that.
Well, I got a roll, so I'm growing out a mustache.
Nice.
It's going to be dirty. Just dirty. No,
Yeah.
I may be clean. I don't know if I'm
You
going
got a
pencil
roll.
thin.
Nice.
Yeah,
What's the role?
It's I'm playing Lieutenant Rooney in a old piece called Arsenic and Old Lace.
Okay.
You familiar?
Where?
You familiar?
I've heard.
Okay.
Where?
The Redlands Footlighters.
Redlands Footlighters. If you're in Southern California, come out and hang out and go see Shawn.
If you're in Redlands, then there's no damn excuse. You can't be there. It is driving distance.
So, yeah, go see Shawn. I just finished up my Second City show.
How'd that go?
It went great.
Renee recorded something.
Yeah.
I got to
illegally recorded our live performance. Thank you.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that?
I don't know. Oh. It's fine. But yeah, we had our last show. I had a great time. It was a fantastic show. Mm-hmm. Somebody actually messaged me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I'm a producer and writer of this web series. I think you'd be good for the series." Hey.
Because they saw you at the show?
Because they saw me at the show.
Sick.
So, I mean, even if nothing comes of that, like, it's still cool to be recognized as like, hey, this is something that you're doing that is
right.
That has inspired me to say you might be good for this.
Yeah. So someone saw your talent and said, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I want to drink
Someone's not going to see a bad performance and recommend it for something.
Right.
Right. Hey, I saw this guy the other day. Awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. You should hire him.
Okay. He's in. Get him on the horn. Yeah. You're getting back at fitness.
I am. I started CrossFit yesterday.
Oh, now you're drinking the Kool-Aid, my man. Now you're oh, look out. You're going to rip your shirt. Easy.
No, it's very elastic.
Cotton doesn't. Okay, I'm just saying. I feel like,
In what world does cotton not stretch? Shawn, come on. No, I started doing CrossFit again yesterday. I've tried, like...
You've gotten back to CrossFit at least 3 dozen times in the last couple years.
That's true. Just because I go once, and then I'm like, ow! It hurts so bad. Because I don't like being tired. I heard somebody say on a podcast or in a video, I can consume so much media that I never know what it is that I'm referring to. Yeah. So I'm like, somebody said something once on this one thing, but this guy was being interviewed, and he was talking about how he was talking to his friend who's also an actor. And they were like, he was like, you really should get, he's all into fitness. Yeah. And his friend isn't into fitness. And he was like, you should really get going because, you should get working out, get to the gym. And his friend was like, look, I'm going to keep doing my thing, but then as soon as one of those roles comes along where I need to be buff, like, then I'll hire, like, a personal trainer and, like, all that kind of stuff. And I've had that same mindset. I've had the same mindset of, like, yeah, because, like, I don't want to do all that's so much work right now for, like, no guaranteed gain. Like, you see all those guys.
No guaranteed gain?
I mean the physical and all that obviously is the game. But I'm saying, like, if I knew 6 months from now that I would be in a Marvel movie, if I got shredded,
Captain Narcissist,
right? Exactly. if I knew for 100% certainty, I would absolutely.
You would commit.
I would commit and get shredded and be like, dude, I'm looking forward to that 6 months from now.
You'd go through the pain of it.
Absolutely. But without that guarantee, it's hard to get started and get, like, moving on things because it takes work. But on this interview, these guys were talking about how, and he's like, you know what? I decided that because his friend who was into fitness said, if you're not at that place when that opportunity comes, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it.
That's true.
Because they're not looking for somebody who is going to get into shape. They're looking for somebody who is in shape.
Right. That makes sense.
So now the other thing too is, like, if you're like Chris Pratt from, Parks and Rec, and they're like, oh, we need a smart mouth, redheaded white dude to play Star-Lord. Right. And they're like, can you get shredded? And he's like, yeah, sure. I already have this, like, huge name because of this massive show. Right. That's a different story. Mm-hmm. So work your angle that way, I guess, too, if you want.
Well, he was bringing in the funny. He was already funny. He's already been tested, and So now, let's get big.
So it makes sense. So I should try and improve every single asset that I have.
There you go. Because you
get there.
You enjoy it a little bit, though, right? Or no?
Some of it. I like the Olympic lifts.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I don't like about it. I don't like being.
There we go.
I don't like being tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like sweating. No.
I'm okay with a little bit of a sweat. I can get a little.
You just don't like pain.
I don't like pain at all.
Yeah, and then CrossFit.
I don't like being uncomfortable.
There's that moment in CrossFit where you're like, "Why am I doing this?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I realized too. When you when you do certain Olympic lifts correctly, like, every single muscle in your body is tensing.
Yes.
Like your thighs are pushing out, your feet are like pushing down and like out and like every single, and that is difficult. It's hard, you know. So it's tough stuff.
Yeah, and it takes a lifetime to master, because especially the Olympic lifts. I've been doing CrossFit on and off for 4 years, man. And
I don't know if it takes a lifetime to. I mean, anything I guess could take a lifetime to
get it right. The thing is,
but
it keeps getting heavier. There's no end to it. There's not an end to the lift.
Well, it's just as far as you can push yourself and your body, right? At a certain point, you're no longer going to exceed what you've been lifting. At a certain point, you're just going to maintain. And I think, is it possible that you're at that point?
I'm already there.
That you're just maintaining what you're lifting. You're not trying to push yourself harder.
Oh no, I can get heavier.
Okay.
Yeah. But it won't be for much longer, obviously, because once you start reaching that peak, and then now I'm at that age where you're
just gonna hurt yourself if you really. I mean, there's some dudes that are shredded. Some old dudes that are really, all that.
Yeah.
They have the older bracket of like the CrossFit Games and stuff,
all the way up to 60 plus.
Yeah.
And they're doing crazy things. They're cleaning and jerking 3 times their body weight. It's awesome.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Good. What are you getting back at, Shawn? You're in a play, right? That's good. Yeah. I like seeing that. You're doing some CrossFit coaching.
Yeah, which I really enjoy. No matter how crappy my day is, man, I love to go and coach people. And they inspire me when they listen to what I say to do.
When you have people around you that aren't your children.
Just grown people going,
hey man, all right, everybody go get yourself a bar. And everybody goes, you're like, oh wow.
And I don't have to ask them to clean it up at the end of the class.
I just want to say,
you guys,
thank you,
guys,
so much for listening.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm signing up new clients. And, it's great, man. I love to see new people come in and just have no clue, but then they get it after each class. Like a little bit just keeps coming through.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I've been coaching Little League.
Oh, how's that going?
It's been going
well. How many games are you in now?
I think we played 5 games.
You're already 5 games in?
Yeah. Well, we're only.
What's your record? 5-0? Anything short of that, I can't accept.
We are undefeated.
Oh, that's my man.
With a tie. Stop it. It's fine. It's fine. We are still the best.
I don't blame the kids. That's coaching.
What?
Starts at the top, my man. Starts at the top. Starts at the top. Are you
kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. No.
You have to accept that responsibility.
Bro.
You have to take that in.
All right.
A tie?
It's on me.
How did you even sleep that night? I don't even know. Did you go back to the whiteboard? Huh?
I watched the footage.
Okay.
I watched the footage.
That a boy?
Yeah.
Was it on you? Was it the refs? Was it the refs? Did you get a bad call?
I'm telling you what.
You got a bad call?
I'll tell you what, though.
Unacceptable.
I'll tell you what, though.
Ooh,
our ref is like 13 years old. Okay. I mean, he's very small. He's a young person. I feel like he's never done it before. When he calls strikes, I want you to be like, strike! Right?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Hey!
What's he doing?
Hey!
Yes.
That's what I want.
Show me some passion.
Right?
That's right.
Right. Hey! Yep. Ball! That's what I want for a ball.
Yeah.
Okay? Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Ball! Right?
I don't even want to hear an L. I don't want to hear an L come out of your mouth.
But.
Yep.
Right? And then hey!
Yeah.
That's 3 sounds.
That's right.
That's all I need to hear from you, Blue.
That's right.
That's all I need to hear from you. You know what I don't hear from you? Any of that shit.
What's
None
he
of
doing?
it. I don't hear anything from him.
He's not even. He's not putting calls out.
He's going like.
Well, how are people? Well, then how are the?
We have to keep in
counters?
Like, Blue, what's the count? And then he's like,
Oh,
we got bunny ears, everybody. We got bunny ears.
Hello. You're coming in.
Plays on first.
Oh my goodness.
But
then that tie isn't on you. It's probably on the refs.
Probably.
Damn umpires, man. Okay.
No, it's been fun, dude. Like I was kind of dreading it leading up to it.
Yeah, I remember that. We had quite a few talks.
I was like, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'll be coaching next year, but it's been a very interesting experience.
Okay.
They're all about the age that my wife teaches, and so I've got like 9 to 11 of them at a time.
Okay.
She has 24 at a time.
Okay.
So just me as an untrained person dealing with these people, realizing the amount of training and skill and patience one must have to deal with 24 of them every single day for 6 to 8 hours or whatever.
Right.
Whew! These kids are nuts sometimes, man. And now they're getting to know each other, so they're all friends. So like they're
bonding.
Like they just get next to each other, like like us.
Okay. Yeah. A bunch of Nick and Shawns running around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bunch of little a-holes that never grew up.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been fun though. We've won every single one of our games except for one we tied. And that was just a time constraint kind of thing. I mean, I think if we would have gone extra innings, who knows?
And you set the lineup every week?
I do.
You change it?
Do you change it?
You know,
here's the thing. I can't take full responsibility for any of this. Like, the thing is, I'm coming into this.
That's what I figured.
What do you mean? That's what
I knew there had to be some outside force that was helping out because there's no way you're going 5-0.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal. It's true. I can't take credit for anything.
And rules.
I can't take credit
to look up and read before.
So many. How do you run a practice? I still don't know.
But you're killing it, man.
No, I have some fantastic coaches that are parents of kids on the team that have come and helped out.
Good.
Chris, John, and Coach Whip.
Okay.
Like they all have been fantastic. Coach Whip especially. The dude is like coached before.
Okay.
So he
knows his stuff.
Yeah, his kids all play like sports, like so many different sports. He's like, there's some games I can't be there for, so I can't, so I couldn't coach or whatever this year. And I was like, dude, any help you can bring is fine with me. I like it.
That's very cool.
And so he's been a huge help. It's been the thing is, I feel like you get what you put out there, and I'm just putting positive vibes out there. Like our whole team, the kids ask me the score. I'm like, don't matter. Get out there and play. Like we're just playing a game. Nobody knows what they're doing. If the ball if the ball gets hit, like they're running around, they grab it and they're like, where am I?
Throw it to Bird, Stevie! Throw it to Bird!
And then he'll just the kid's right next to him, and he'll be like, and it's just insane. It is insane.
Are they having fun?
They are having fun. I hope so. Now I'm getting some attitude from some of these kids. A little bit of pushback. Like one kid's like, "Coach, I want to pitch," and I'm like, "Bro, you can't even throw it over home plate yet."
Okay.
Like, take it back.
Okay.
I had one kid leave at the very beginning of our inning. We only had 9 people show up at our game yesterday. I had one kid leave at the very beginning of an inning where we were supposed to be on the field. He was playing first base. So it's not even like he was right field or anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So our first baseman, I see him running towards the bathrooms and the snack bar, and I'm like,
where you going?
Adrian, what are you doing?
Yo, Adrian.
What are you doing?
Where you going, buddy?
And he holds it up. He's like, what? I'm like, what? Maybe he's really got to go to the bathroom really bad.
Right. You don't want to.
All these kids are 6 to 8 years old or something.
Okay.
So they're kids. So maybe you got to roll with the punches sometimes. But then I'm like, what is that? So I walk over to him. He's standing at the snack bar, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting a drink. And I'm like,
I love this kid.
Get on the field!
I love this kid. He's doing his own thing.
I was like, dude,
he's hitting on the snack bar, girl.
Need you. He's like, what's up, girl?
What's up?
I was like, we need
I play center, right?
We need you on the field, my friend.
Okay.
We need you.
Let me ask you something. Since I hear about these nightmare stories.
Yeah.
have you yet had a problem with any parents in the crowd, either
None
at a game
all.
or?
None at all.
Okay, good.
None.
Good.
The parents have been great, and I think that it like I said, it's the vibe that you put out there, you can receive back. So I'm not in competition with any of these people.
Right.
If we win every single game, it means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Other than we haven't taught our kids anything about how to lose, because we need to learn that fairly soon. I'm hoping we lose soon so that these kids
can have that lesson,
have that feeling.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, I don't care about winning until we start winning, and then it's like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Right.
But like, I don't. Of course, I'd love for us to like win. That'd be great. It'd also be like a great underdog story because like I've never coached before, and like a lot of these kids have never played before. So it'd be like, and like we've got like no. I'm saying there are like people that have teams that have like
you've already put yourself.
How am I on a pedestal? I'm saying I've never done it before.
Incredible.
I may be inflating it.
Yes. Wow.
But I'm saying
this is the human interest story the kids will be taught in school about. Nick Niebles, hero
amongst the flames of never having coached Little League baseball before.
Oh my God.
Nick
never lost a game that
season.
Never lost a game that season.
Fair enough. I guess none of my accomplishments matter.
Dad, do you know that Mr. Niebles took up CrossFit again while he was coaching and being a full-time husband and father? It was crazy.
Son, don't believe fairy tales.
It says right here.
No man's capable of that.
And twice a week he did a show with the best friend.
I said shut your mouth. No man is capable of such feats.
But it says right here.
Ugh. You being lied to. It's fake news.
It says author, Nicholas Niebles. Oh, this is his memoir.
He doesn't even exist anymore. He's more of just an idea.
Oh, my God.
He's more of just an idea than a man.
Good for you. No, because my son,
he
played basketball.
I feel like you do this. You stand beside me and you like.
You're the one who made the claim.
No. You're
an underdog story.
You are such a good friend that it pumps me up so much that you're like, yeah, Nick, you're awesome. Like, you're so cool, Nick. You're so cool. And then as soon as I'm like, yeah, I am cool, you're like, no, you're not. Pop. There you go. That's what happens. Is that what does it feel good to you?
I didn't realize I was doing that. I realize now that I do that.
No, it's okay. No. It's not your fault. I have this skill of being able to turn people's accusations against me into accusations against them. It's manipulative, but it's been working very well.
Sure.
So it's
so
cool.
You've won every fight.
Yeah. No, she wins some too.
Oh my God.
That's the thing. We both are good at it.
No, my son, he played basketball one season.
That's weird. Can kids dribble?
No, not at all. It's just pass, give it to the tall kid, let him shoot.
Nice.
Pass, give it to the tall kid, let him shoot.
Did you have any like phenoms?
No, not in this league.
You know what's great? Seeing adult level skill, like literally skill level higher than an adult, technique wise, in a very small child.
Yeah.
We have one kid on the team that is so like pocket size small, like one of those kids that's just small for his age, but he's also at a very small age, so it's just tiny little dude. But his technique is legit.
Yeah.
Like his dad has been had a bat in his hand ever since he was like out of the womb.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his dad was there with a catcher's mitt.
He's one of those dads.
For sure. Dad's a great dude, but like the kid is clearly, and the kid has a great attitude. That's number one. You know, I've got a couple kids that are really good, but like their attitude could use some work. This kid, great attitude no matter what, but his skill level just is like better than some adults can.
Okay.
You know, throwing, catching, fielding, batting especially.
If kids like it, I don't have a problem with dad pushing. I never really I don't push that with my kids.
I think that if you're gonna do anything, you should do it to the best of your ability. You know, so like why wouldn't you?
Sure.
Why do anything if you're not going to do it to the best of your ability?
I agree.
I think that has something to do with the whole jumping back to it.
Okay.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like when you're talking about getting back to something, you're getting back to
obviously
things that,
something you enjoy, something you do,
right? You know, back to a hobby, or back to exercise, or back to work. You know, back to home, back to whatever it is. You know, I think attitude makes a huge difference, right? It's about like I said before, it's like whatever you're putting forward. Like I feel like if I was angry at baseball games and like, come on, Blue, like, are you kidding me? Like, you can't see, or like, that kid's doing this, or that kid, you know, whatever, and not like adaptable with like whatever's going on. I feel like other parents would take that as a cue to be like, yeah!
The first people to pick up on that would be the kids.
Of course.
I think they would immediately look through all that and be like, okay, this is not fun.
So I think
Coach Nieblus is an asshole. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, attitude matters. You know,
you're going to coach next year. I mean, you got it.
I don't think so, Shawn.
So you're not going to get back at it.
Well, it's something that I tried for a season.
Okay.
I don't
say you're having fun with it.
Look, this is something that I've realized that needs to be done, is that when you try things, you can't just try them once. You have to commit to them for a season. You know? Okay. Like that stint when you did heroin. You know, you gotta stick to it.
You're saying I didn't fully commit.
That's like too dark.
I did 8 months of it, and then...
Oh, gosh!
And now I'm on a lifetime of methadone, so... Yeah.
Too dark.
I should just...
I guess we can go there because nobody's watching. This episode is just for
We can
us.
do whatever we want. Yeah. We can do whatever we want.
Oh, man.
We're getting back at it.
Yeah. But don't you think, like, you have to kind of convince yourself that you know, you have to commit to a certain amount of something, like there's an attitude that you have towards it, you know?
Well, like it's spring, so it's now time to get the house back in order.
Right.
You got to commit to that. And so I've been going, I got to go after, you know, I went and bought a sink. And if you buy a sink, especially if it's porcelain or something like that, check it before you leave the store. I got home, it's in a million pieces. I'm like, I mean, when I shook it like that.
Right. When you threw it in the back of your van. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to get the house in order and doing the spring cleaning thing. Okay, my landlord shows up unannounced. I walk outside because my dogs are barking. He's out there working on the yard without telling me. I'm like, what's up, Ty? What you doing, buddy?
He just wants to tidy it up a little bit?
He was working on the sprinklers, I guess.
Okay.
I guess he had been off we had a problem about 4 months ago. I guess they've been off for like 4 months. But it's been winter. We've had enough rain.
We've had tons of rain.
Tons of rain.
I haven't had to put my sprinklers on once.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. He was getting back at it apparently.
Oh yeah. See, what is it? It's like the sun's starting to come out more.
Feels good. Like you.
Yeah. You know, people are feeling like let's get stuff done.
Get rid of the glum.
This is a time where somebody comes home and is like, honey, you want to let's take the kids for a walk.
Let's go for a walk. That's what we said yesterday. But then you can't find the leash or shoes.
Right.
Then you're,
where's your jacket? There's still a chill. There's still a chill.
Dad, I'm fine. You can't go. I'm going. You can catch up.
I'm gonna go on my
own walk. Yep.
Kim wants to take the kids somewhere.
Okay. For spring break.
Just because she's on spring break this week.
Okay.
They're back at school, but she wants to take them out of school one day.
Yeah.
Go somewhere. I don't know what to do.
Go to San Diego.
San Diego?
Yeah.
Sí?
Yeah.
Sí? Por supuesto.
I don't know.
Okay. Lo siento. For our bilingual watchers. I'm a bilingual watcher.
Yeah, you got to take them somewhere. We took the kids to. I made the mistake because.
I want to go to a museum.
Okay. Yeah. The kids went to the Natural History Museum.
What mistake did you make?
Okay, so it was Tuesday. The wife's like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the Pirates dinner show, and we're gonna stay in a hotel out there." out there next to the beach, and then we'll see how the day goes. The kids love staying in a hotel. We could be in a hotel somewhere in a third world country where bombs are going off.
Right. They love a hotel.
They're jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
Love the hotel. So,
we don't have any obligations.
So I'm thinking I will just looking for a coupon for the dinner show. Found it for half off on Groupon. Cart, checkout. Got 4, half off, 50% off the whole deal.
Off the whole shebang.
Off the whole...
Nice.
I call the next morning, about to book the hotel. I'm like, hey, I'd just like to reserve 4 spots for the Warner family, please. I hear we've been booked since Tuesday. Because it's the way she said it. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
How mean.
Well, I guess I should have known, but it's spring break, and I didn't realize, that's pretty insane. Since Tuesday. I can get you in tomorrow. at 8:30. Well, we won't be there tomorrow at 8:30, so I'll have to pass. So we had to go do something else.
Okay. So you called the day up for a reservation?
Yeah.
Much like my tie.
Okay.
That's on you. Much like my tie game.
Oh, I meant your tie. Your tie is always on you.
Okay, no, I wasn't talking about that because I don't wear ties.
Okay.
John. Okay. I don't wear ties. John.
That is on me. I get it. Even
That's
on a busy week.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You got at least
He's non-peak.
a late booking is like a week in advance,
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I screwed up.
How
screwed up.
Gross! How big of a screw up that was.
It's not that gross.
Oh my God! It's disgusting.
Why are you bullying me right now? We don't do that.
This is online bullying. Too,
I know.
We're both online right now.
Can someone help me? Whoever's watching, please help.
That's cool. You guys did some fun stuff.
Yeah, kids love it. Well, we didn't end up going to that, obviously. We ended up going to Castle Park down in Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
So wait, you didn't go to the dinner show?
No, we couldn't. It was booked, so we couldn't go.
Well, the dinner show was also booked.
I probably could have found a hotel, but I didn't. Why bother if we're not going to the dinner show?
I see.
Yeah.
But you guys got the Groupons.
We got the Groupons.
So you still have this. You still use them.
Yeah, we're going in a couple weeks.
All right.
But I'm going to wait till that day to call and book. So
See,
that way I can get out of it again.
I wouldn't do that again.
But I don't really want to go.
It's not that bad.
Have you been there?
The Pirates is better than...
Is it?
Yeah, than the medieval times.
Look. Careful. You're going to put it out there. You're going to put it out there.
Don't put your...
You're going to put it out there.
So, look. Medieval...
They use real blades and stuff.
I know, bro.
Swinging,
I know.
Dude.
And the horses...
coming off.
I know. I get it.
Horses dumping all over the arena.
I get it. I get it. You can't get horse shit level humor that. Yeah.
And they're all knights for crying out loud.
I know. Listen. Pirates, though.
Pirates.
Check it out. Number 1, okay? Pirate wenches.
Okay, I was just about
okay. All right. Okay.
No, you need to say no more, my friend. You need to say no more.
Hold on.
Okay.
You know what else I got for you?
Pirate wenches.
Check it out, though. Okay. This is what else you got.
All right. Talk to me.
Acrobatics.
Oh. Those knights aren't doing any flips.
Trampolines.
What? Get out of here. Are you serious?
Princess on a rope doing the twisted thing on a ribbon thing.
Like this?
Yep.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pirate adventure, my friend.
I'm in, dude. I'm in.
Singing.
So you're saying lots of booty.
Singing.
Lots of booty.
Lots of pirate booty.
Lot of pirate booty. Okay.
And singing.
I'm in.
Singing,
yes.
Actual singing, like from people singing.
I can't hear anything after you said pirate wenches.
Wrenches.
Wrenches.
They're all mechanics.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. We fix ships with bolts and wrenches. We are pirates, not wenches.
Oh my goodness.
So,
what'd you do for spring break? What did you all do for spring break?
I just cuddled with my wife.
You just cuddled?
Yeah.
You cuddled?
We just cuddled.
Aw.
And she coddled me.
Sure.
But then,
of course.
I cuddled her. You know, she's her days are full of pandering and coddling, handling me with kid gloves, walking on eggshells,
right.
Those kind of things. So, it's really great for me. What's your day like?
I actually had, because Renee took the kids a couple of times, just her with family.
Okay.
So
And
actually,
you just had
this
the house
week,
to yourself.
house to myself. Like there was a few times where I'm just like, just me.
What's that?
Just me.
What is that like? I don't have that anymore.
That's walking around with no either clothes on or just underwear, just like.
Okay, well, I'll do that anyway. My dad lives here, but I don't care.
Right.
Ain't nothing you haven't seen before.
Right. That's right. That is a weird age now. At what age where you're like, okay, you can no longer be nude?
I think we're experiencing that now.
Okay.
I think right around like Emery's age to Lael's age. He's
5.
He's 7.
6.
Like Ruby now, I think is on the edge of being okay with seeing mommy and daddy naked and it not being kind of weird or whatever.
She doesn't care.
She's 5.
Yeah.
So like I think the transition of like kind of having, naked privacy and those kind of things comes between like 5 to 7 years old.
Okay.
Depending. I don't think there's any hard and fast rule on it until the hard and fast rule comes to be about like 9.
Okay.
Once you get to double digits, man, like anything that has to do with like your body and your parents' naked body should not be probably at all involved.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that includes, like, I know people get all nuts about it, but I think that includes like nursing and those kind of things. It's like, it's a little much.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. In other countries where that's necessary, where there is no like legitimate food source, where nursing kind of has to be prolonged so that children can live. Right. Like, that's different, obviously.
There's no stigma there, though.
But if you're living in America and you're choosing breast milk and you can afford and have access to other types of foods that your child should be eating, like, I think you should knock it off.
Okay.
At that point, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, at that point, it's more about you than it is about that child, because that child has received all of the nutritional benefit.
That's one thing. What about
breastfeeding
in public in general?
Whip it out.
I don't care either.
Whip it
Why
out.
do people have such a problem with it? Like, literally, people have drawn the line and said, that's gross. Take that outside. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see
breasts have been sexualized so much, and they are sexualized. I mean, I like, moving.
We are pro.
But like, I think that I think it's a few steps to it. Like, there's so many things connected to it because it comes from a patriarchy. Like, it comes from a sense of control. It comes from a sense of like that female sexuality is.
I feel like females are more strongly about this opinion than men.
Somehow inherently worse or wrong. Something that it is like, there's a negative connotation to female nudity that conservative women have too. Like, that conservative women take it upon themselves to think like, well, if I dress a certain way, I'm deserving a type of attention. And that is a wrong way of thinking. Right. You know what I mean? Like, there was a woman that wrote about, I think it was about Notre Dame. Have you seen this? A grandmother or a mother of one of the students that went to Notre Dame said, ladies, can we stop with the yoga pants? Because they're just it's basically you're just painted on black booties or just showing to everybody. And like, it's like these boys are seeing you, like, and so she basically, it was a ridiculous point, but all of the women at Notre Dame decided to wear yoga pants to be like, you lady, like, right. What's your problem? Right. But like,
where do we draw the line though? As it pertains to fashion.
We don't draw the line anywhere. Women choose to decide what they want to wear and what their bodies.
We as a society, where do we draw the line? Yeah, not men.
No, speaking for myself. We as a society, again, wherever society takes fashion and whatever.
Okay.
Like,
so fashion said, we're going to let one nipple hang. We're going to cut the hole out.
Sure. Think about it too. Like, guys walk around with shirts off all the time.
All the time.
In other countries, men and women walk around with their shirts off all the time. It's because we have demonized sex, number one, You know, we have demonized sex, and by demonizing sex, we have demonized the human body. And that. And the thing is, we haven't demonized the male's body so much as we have demonized the female's body by holding it up on this pedestal of sexuality and saying, yes, be this, but also don't be that. You know what I mean? Like, that has been the conservative narrative of America against women's rights for so long.
Oh, it's absurd.
It's about control. It's about, you know, stigmatizing women and women's movements as shrill, uppity women who don't know their place. You know what I mean? It's just, it's all of this lumped up to be like, well, you're showing too much cleavage. Says who? Like, you may say something is indecent, and you may not prefer to wear something. You may not prefer to see something. Sure. And yes, as a society, there are as a society, if it's 2 p.m. in a busy park, you know, and there's families playing on a Saturday, are you gonna be in a halter top, you know, in mini skirt and high heels? I mean, you or anyone, you know, I mean,
sounds like a good Saturday to me, my man.
Like, is that appropriate attire for that? And I don't mean appropriate as in right or wrong. I mean, is that appropriate for that occasion? Is that appropriate for that location? You know, those are the things that I think people need to ask themselves.
We're still putting conditions on it, though.
Of course, but they're conditions that are circumstantial. They're not conditions that are based on anyone's morality. Sure. You know? Like, Lady Gaga knows when she goes to wear, a steak dress, that it is flamboyant. Why? Because of the expectation. The expectation is that it's a black tie event, you know, that yes, there's probably going to be people dressed that are like on the edges of whatever, but her dressing the way that she has dressed has been way fringe, you know, like has not been fringe, but just totally otherworld. So she knows exactly what she's doing, you know. I think the same thing goes for situations when it comes to any kind of clothing. Some kid dyes their hair purple. They know what they're doing. You know, I'm not doing this for attention. I just like how it looks. Okay, you like how it looks, but also there's some attention aspect to it. Right. You know, whether you like the attention or whether you like rejecting the attention,
it's all cosmetic at that point.
I mean, it is cosmetic, but I'm saying like it's about internal stuff. Like it's about what you are on the inside and how you want the world to perceive you and all that kind of stuff. You following along?
Yeah. I just disagree with you.
Hit me.
No, I'm just kidding. How do we go from breastfeeding to...
Because...
It's still a hot button issue. It's crazy.
Why?
Well, I don't know why. Why does it take us so long, so many seasons to finally get...
So many moons.
So many moons.
So many seasons.
To progress. You know what I mean? Like it's
probably because of, you know, white moderate males like yourself, sir. Like, quite honestly. No. Don't act as though that they're... Look, you...
We will not be attacked!
You have been a white moderate male for a very long time. And as long as I've known you, you used to be more conservative.
Okay.
You know, in your political leanings. You have since become less so, and I would say very much moderate. Right?
Absolutely.
And you are, in fact, a white male. So I apologize if I've lumped you in with a group that you don't identify with.
Alienate, I believe, is the word.
Yeah, right. Some people call this racism. But anyway, like, there are plenty of people that think like you, that hold your similar ideologies, if not all of the same, of course, but similar ideologies of that, you know, most people should be left alone to their own devices to do what they want. Most businesses should be allowed to run their businesses for the most part how they want to run those businesses, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, that more than likely there are certain issues that you believe are fairly simple, right? Like what?
Like, for example, issues on...
like this issue that we're talking about as far as like sexuality or like how people dress or, you know, what that communicates, because it could be anything from sexuality to, you know, somebody says somebody dresses like a thug, for example. You know, look, there are kids in Beverly Hills dressing like thugs because that is the style that they like to wear. You know what I mean? So there are societal standards that we have allowed to kind of ferment and become the things that they are. Like, you can't be too sexy, and there's appropriate things for that, and you can't look this certain way, or are people going to think about you a certain way, right?
Well, we need to remove the standards.
We can't. You can't do that. Standards come. They don't come from, like, you can't just be like, well, this is the standard now. Like, that's not how those things happen. This is how
I understand that.
Like, so long. Like, what is the foundational thing that needs to be addressed that can remove the stigma that you don't see a young black man in a hoodie and think of, you know, something that something untoward, that you just think, oh, this is a young dude in a hoodie. You know, like,
let's take the fashion. If you were to use the example of someone who sags, like, that is a fashion statement. And then there's plenty of stars, like celebrity, that have pushed that same standard.
Yeah, and hang their butts out.
Right. As a preference, I don't get it.
Of course.
I don't get it. It'd be no different, and it's no different if you were to decide, like,
I'm
going to put my head through my armhole.
Yeah. I believe
that's not how that shirt was made.
Listen, I believe that same sentiment has been echoed by all of the flyover states.
The flyover states?
All of Middle America agrees with you, Shawn.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Okay, it's fine if you don't understand fashion. That's fine.
Right.
Just like you may not understand art. Some people love movies, and some people are like, I do not understand why anybody likes that piece of shit.
I don't get it.
Know?
Yeah.
Like, I heard somebody talk shit on Roma. You thought Roma was beautiful. Then I heard somebody say the other day, somebody who's in the industry, like a producer in the industry, like legit somebody who has done some shit.
Okay.
She was like, you guys want to talk about Roma? That piece of shit.
Wow.
I was like, oh gosh. So
that's why I always delay my opinion about something.
Right. Until
I want to hear the room.
I want to hear the hierarchical opinions.
So we watched Gladiator.
I'll disagree.
Bullshit.
I don't want to disagree, but I don't want to disagree too hard.
Right.
Too fast.
Yeah.
You know? So I get that. I get that. That makes sense.
That's funny.
No, I don't know, man. I think that we need. What are like the foundational things that we need to address, really, in order to move forward? Like, you talk about progress, right? Which is good. Like, I like that idea of progress is good, right? Like, just because somebody is gay or transgendered or part of the LGBT community, like, should have no bearing on their service or how they serve in the military, for example. Right. If you can trust males and females in their you know, normative gender whatever, you know, to work alongside each other in the capacity that they need to, then you can trust transgendered and gay and lesbian folks to do the same. Like, of course, people are people.
It should be based on the merit
of the individual,
of what you can do, and what you can accomplish. You know what's rampant in the military is gang activity. Gang activity? Gang members. I watched a whole documentary on gang activity.
Why is there something else I need to worry about, Shawn?
It is, man. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
It is a problem. Like, they tag their affiliates at all over the world, wherever they're stationed. It's insane.
Now, is that just like individuals, or is there like gang like connections between countries, because like there's people that are able to connect in the military and stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, if you're stationed in, you know, Islamabad or whatever, right, and you got but then you got to go home for something, and then you have another tour coming up. Like, does that mean you could smuggle stuff?
That's exactly.
Is that what they were doing?
Yes. Yeah. It's not like they're beefing with the locals.
Right. It's not like MS-13 is taking out
this
ISIS.
This is my turf, man.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, fool? What's up, ISIS? What's going on, ISIS? My name's Chucho.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Let them handle it?
Like, has that movie been made yet? Where we just drop rival gangs into, like, an actual extremist terrorist zone? Okay, let's work on the story here a little bit, all right? So,
they have the right attitude, but you still need the trading.
So let's say we've got to have...
These extremists are, trained since they're children. Most of them still
right,
are
that's
children.
what I'm saying, but they also have access, and, like, these gangs probably are not going to go and do, like, suicide bombs for their gang.
No.
So, these guys have already decided their lives are ready to cash out. So these gangs are going to be dealing with something that they've never really dealt with before.
They wouldn't stand a chance.
A complete forsaking of human life.
Right.
So, I say we
people are in gangs because they want to fit in. They don't have any father figure.
So we'll have MS-14.
MS-14
is the name of our fake... So we don't get targeted. These are jokes and satire.
Please, do not email us.
Yeah, don't
email us. As if that would be the worst of it.
Hey, fool. I was upset about your joke, isn't it? It's not funny, Holmes.
And shit.
I feel like he gets the message.
You got him, Chucho.
You got him. Hey, you got him, Paco. I feel like I can't. It was scathing, Holmes. It was a scathing message. I DM'd him on Twitter, too.
Yes.
I'm not even going to follow him back, eh?
No. Crap.
Goodness gracious.
All right, let's get out of here.
No.
Let's get out of here.
No.
Yeah.
It's not that time yet.
Yeah, it is, man.
We got,
got things to do.
Got another hour or two. You always, I'm telling you, you got to stop planning stuff.
I got things to get back at.
These days are Nick and Shawn days.
Okay.
Maybe that's the horror movie I'm going to write.
Nick and Shawn days?
No, dropping cholos and African American gang members.
Okay.
But then I don't want to stereotype people. You know what I mean?
You'd have to. The whole premise is based
on stereotypes. There's got to be a way around it. But I like the idea of these dudes who think that they are tough, like hardcore dudes.
We're only putting Hispanic dudes.
So maybe prisoners.
That's all we're casting.
Maybe prisoners.
All Hispanic.
Maybe like if there's like a prison transport and like somehow got to an extremist place. And it could be a horror movie.
Okay. That's what we need to go see, though, together. We need to go see Us.
Ooh.
I want to see it on the big screen.
Kim's down to go see it.
She is? No.
Yeah, she said she wants to see it.
That is not her genre.
Well, because it's Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
She likes Jordan Peele, and she liked the last one. That was good. And she knows that there's it's a psychological thriller more so than it is like, gory or anything, probably.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to go see that. We should plan a date. Does Renee want to go see it?
Yeah, she's always down to go watch a movie. She knows what's up. She knows I don't steer her wrong.
She don't care about the genre?
No. Well, a little bit, but she was nervous to go see A Quiet Place, but then walked out of there going, that was awesome. That was awesome.
That's one I need to watch.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet? What is going on with that, man?
Did you watch the Sandra Bullock one with the blindfold?
Unfortunately.
I heard that was trash. Never even saw the monsters, huh?
Never. So there was
no payoff.
stakes. There's like
no payoff.
Just one. Give me a finger.
Yeah.
Give me an eyeball. Something.
You know what would have been great is obviously to reveal it as a reflection in her eye.
Ooh.
I mean, as she takes the blindfold off,
monster.
Zoom in close to the eye and reflect it in the eye and the pupil.
Okay.
And that's your monster. That'd be the last frame of the film.
The whole time I'm like, they can't see.
Why has Hollywood not hired me yet?
The whole time that she's blindfolded, like, I wanted this presence. She can feel these presence, but I wanted this, like, something to get close to touching her that's not there. You know what I mean? Like,
so you don't
she
ever
can't
see anything, right?
No.
And so I'm never going to watch this movie, but the premise of the movie, and I've heard enough about it.
Good.
Good that I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah,
I've never heard you say that too much about a movie, but good.
I'm not a fan, but you should see A Quiet Place.
Okay,
Far better film.
I will see that.
It's the same film.
Surround sound?
Let's do it at night.
Okay. But that film, the premise is you see something that makes you want to kill yourself.
Whatever it is, haunts you to the point where
and
it possesses
no matter
you.
what, if you see it for a second,
it's like
as soon as you see it,
it's like heroin. You're hooked.
So you love it.
Love what?
Is that the thing? The premise is like you love the thing you're looking at so much that you kill yourself, or is that you're scared?
I think it's it taps into the fear of you.
So what happens like when they see it, and then what?
That's it. Then you.
What do you mean that's it?
You turn into whatever you're willing to die for it. You're willing to kill. I don't know if it becomes a.
So
part
what happens?
of you or
I'm asking you. I'm never going to see this film.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Like if somebody sees it, and then, for example, something happens. They then what? After they see it,
they become killers. They become.
So they go kill
almost
everything.
Like zombie-like. They're no longer in control.
How quickly do they move? Normal speed.
Normal speed, yeah.
Okay, so they can run as fast as they can normally run.
Right.
And they're trying to just kill anything. Each other.
Mm-hmm.
Each other even.
Yes.
Oh, so it's not like they're creating an army of something. Right. They're just making them go mad.
Right. And
just murder themselves and each other.
Right.
So if somebody is alone, they will kill themselves.
Right. Like the one guy, they're together after all these years.
Uh-huh.
And he sacrifices himself to save so he looks at it.
Why does he have to look at it? Why does he have to sacrifice himself?
Because once you open up the windows of the soul,
of course,
then you become a part.
I understand, but like he had to sacrifice himself. Like how did him sacrifice? How did him sacrificing himself? Why did they just both keep their blindfolds on?
They couldn't get away. They didn't feel like they could get away. I don't think.
That's stupid.
Or
if they just keep it on though, then neither of them will.
I think they had to fight some people off, and it's hard to do when you
are. Oh, because they had humans they had to deal with too.
Yes. I think he sacrificed himself so they could get away, so he could deal with those humans, and I think he took a few with him.
I see.
Here's the thing: you're asking me these questions, and the movie's so forgettable that I can't answer them properly. It's that bad. Like it's ridiculous.
So it was probably incredibly low budget.
Yeah, they get to I think the Mecca. They get to the Mecca, and it's for the blind school. Children for the Blind, or is where they're at. Or,
of course.
That's
not bad. That's not bad.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. They find a sanctuary in this where a lot of people have come together. And, I think. I don't remember. It's forgettable. Sandra was good. She
always is.
She gave a decent performance. She was surrounded by just Sarah Paulson was in it. She was great, but she was only in the movie for 4 minutes.
We're right here, Hollywood.
Hello.
Quality actors. And we bring the funnies.
Mm-hmm.
And the yucca-mums.
Mm-hmm.
And the ha-has.
And the laugh-a-malls.
Ooh, the laugh-a-malls. Mm-hmm. Definitely the laugh-a-malls. Gotta catch them all, laugh-a-malls.
My favorite Girl Scout cookie.
They're delicious because they have the sprinkles on top.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, man. I'm excited to get back at it.
This was not a bad episode.
Never. We never have bad episodes. Technically, we've had some problems.
We have.
Yeah. I was watching one. I just thumbed on one the other day, and I'm like, the whole first 30 minutes is off.
Yeah.
No connection.
We have a better router now, so hopefully.
Okay.
I think this has been doing good.
Mm-hmm.
This has been doing fine.
Yeah.
Right. We could use better lighting.
Okay.
But
it's not too bad.
C'est la vie.
Mm-hmm. Adios.
So is life.
Adios.
We got one
Pura
more minute
vida
until the 60-minute mark. I kind of just want to wait until the 60.
Do you want to do it even?
I just want to do it even
solid?
60.
Okay.
I just want to go an even hour.
Is that your OCD kicking in?
A little bit.
A little. Okay.
I don't think anybody can have just a little bit of OCD. Because,
what do you mean? You mean either a lot or?
Well, we got one more minute left. Listen, I think that no, I don't think
let's finish it strong.
I think OCD is OCD. OCD. Like people get upset, I think, because you can't have just a little bit of OCD.
Sure.
Like you could be picky. That's basically what it is. It's like, oh, my audio dial has to be on even numbers.
Sure.
It can't be on odd numbers.
Welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you?
Pumpkin spice latte, please.
Pumpkin spice. And your name, please?
Shredrick.
Oh, boy. You want to spell that? Shredrick.
Shred?
Yeah.
Rick, but with a Q.
Okay. Problem is
also a Z.
This is an odd number of letters.
It's a Q.
Oh, you got the thing. You have to have the U again.
Van Ferguson.
We're still on.
Shredrick Vaughn Ferguson. Vaughn Ferguson.
Focus spotlight day.
Shredrick Vaughn
There's
Ferguson Clifferton.